In the next example, what we're going to do is talk about how to use the $sign as an alias for the jQuery object. So let's go ahead and look at the code that we were working with previously. Here we're using jQuery, and here we're using jQuery as well. What we're going to do is use this $sign here instead. When you look at code throughout Drupal, you'll see this $sign used extensively. Because the jQuery object is used so often, having a short alias is very useful, and the $sign is so conventional that when people are looking at jQuery code, they're often looking for this $sign as an indicator that the jQuery object is being used. Now, we could use a simple assignment to say $sign equals jQuery and just leave it at that. But the issue is that we don't know if the $sign is being used by some other JavaScript library. Even though Drupal uses jQuery as its core JavaScript library, it wants to make sure that other libraries can be included as well. And there are several libraries that also use this $sign convention as an indicator of the main object for the library. So in order to make sure that the $sign doesn't get overridden somewhere along the lines, we need to make the $sign a local variable for each function that we write. So let's go ahead and see how that's done. I'm jumping back to the module directory, and let's go ahead and open up the third step, which is called using the $sign. Go ahead and copy this code and paste it over the code that's currently in your interact.js file. So this middle part here is identical to our previous example, but we've added one more wrapper to it. It's this function call. Now, just like we did here, this is an anonymous function because it doesn't have a name, and we're passing it a single parameter. And the way we fill this parameter is by adding it in parentheses at the end of the function definition here. So we're pulling in the jQuery object as the $sign inside of this function. And at that point, we can start using the $sign as the jQuery object. And you see that we've changed the code here to use the $sign and here as well. Let's go ahead and save this and just make sure that this works like it did in our previous example. I'm going to jump back to the browser, and I'm going to refresh the page. Okay, sure enough, it works just like our previous example did. Okay, I'm going to jump back to our code. Now, the reason why we're going through this in detail is that these basic fundamentals for wrapping your code and making sure that, one, it's loaded after the document is loaded, and two, that we can use the $sign convention, is that in our next steps as we convert our code into a format that Drupal can use most effectively, these conventions will play a major role in understanding the structure of that code.